CA Intermediate Audit MCQ Series Part 1, Chapter Basic Concepts in Auditing. Question 1. Auditors should obtain sufficient and appropriate evidences. Sufficient and appropriate refers to option A, quantum of audit evidence, option B, quality of audit evidence, option C, quantum and quality of audit evidence, option D, none of the above. Answer is option C, quantum and quality of audit evidence. Question 2. Statement 1. Internal evidences are generally more reliable than external evidence. Statement 2. Oral evidence are generally more reliable than written evidence. Option A. Only statement 1 is true. Option B. Only statement 2 is true. Option C. Both the statements are true. Option D. None of the statement is true. Answer D. None of the statements is true. Question 3. Statement 1. Evidence obtained directly by auditor is more reliable than that obtained through clients. Statement 2. Evidence provided by photocopies are generally more reliable than original documents. Option A. Only statement 1 is true. Option B. Only statement 2 is true. Option C. Both the statements are true. Option D. None of the statement is true. Answer A. Only statement 1 is true. Question 4. Compliance procedures are performed to check following about the internal control systems. Option A. Existence. Option B. Operating effectiveness. Option C. Continuity. Option D. All of the above. Answer D. All of the above. Question 5. Substantive procedures are performed in respect of option A. Internal control system. Option B. Accounting systems. Option C. Both of them. Option D. None of this. Answer B. Accounting systems. Question 6. Substantive procedures seek to obtain assurance regarding following assertion about transactions. Option A. Measurement. Option B. Valuation. Option C. Rights and obligation. Option D. All of the above. Answer is A. Measurement. Question 7. Statement 1. Inspection consists of witnessing process being performed by others. Statement 2. Inquiry consists of seeking appropriate information from the knowledgeable person inside or outside the entity. Option A. Only statement 1 is true. Option B. Only statement 2 is true. Option C. Both the statements are true. Option D. None of the statement is true. Answer is option B. Only statement 2 is true. Question number 8. Management expert is an individual possessing expertise in the field other than dash whose work in the field is used by dash. Option A. Accounting and management. Option B. Accounting or auditing an entity. Option C. Accounting or auditing an auditor. Option D. Accounting and auditor. Answer is option B. Accounting or auditing an entity. Question 9. Dash refers to studying significant ratios and trends and invigilating usual fluctuation. Option A. Substantive procedures. Option B. Inquiry and confirmation. Option C. Re-performance. Option D. Analytical procedures. Answer D. Analytical procedures. Question 10. When information is to be used as audit and evidence has been prepared using the work of management's expert, the auditor dash option A shall not rely on him, option B shall always rely on him, option C shall consider the work done by him and evaluate whether his work appear to be appropriate, option D all of the above. Answer is option C shall consider the work done by him and evaluate whether his work appear to be appropriate. Question 11. Statement 1. If audit evidence obtained from one source is consistent with that obtained from another, the auditor shall obtain evidence to resolve the same. Statement 2. If the auditor has doubts about reliability of information, he shall perform extended procedures. Option A, only statement 1 is true. Option B, only statement 2 is true. Option C, both the statements are true. Option D, none of the statement is true. Answer is option B, only statement 2 is true. Question 12. If management uses work of dash regarding the provision to be made in respect of case filed against the company, the work can be treated as competent. Option A, advocate. Option B, actuary. Option C, engineer. Option D, valuer. Answer is option A, advocate. Question 13. If the management uses work of dash while preparing the financial statements, it can be treated as management's using work of management's expert. Option A, accountant. Option B, auditor. Option C, actuary. Option D, none of the above. Answer is option C, actuary. Question 14. Essay dash states that auditor shall obtain sufficient and appropriate audit evidence. Option A, 230. Option B, 700. Option C, 500. Option D, 610. Answer is option C, 500. Question 15. Auditor shall obtain sufficient and appropriate audit evidence with respect to dash of evidence as per SA 501. Auditor shall obtain sufficient and appropriate audit evidence with respect to dash of inventories as per SA 501. Option A, existence. Option B, condition. Option C, existence and condition both. Option D, none of these. Answer is option C, existence and conditions both. Question 16. If auditor is usable to attain inventory count due to unforeseen circumstances, he shall. Option A, rely on written representation. Option B, make some count on alternate date. Option D, make some count on alternate date and perform procedures on intervening transaction as well. Option D, all of the above. Answer is option C, make some count on alternate date and perform procedures on intervening transaction as well. Question 17. If inventory is under control of third party as per SA 501, auditor shall. Option A, obtain evidence by performing additional procedures. Option B, rely on written representation. Option C, need not do anything about it. Option D, none of these. Answer is option A, obtain evidence by performing additional procedures. Question 18. As per SA 501, auditor shall perform procedures to identify litigation and claims by option A, inquiring managements and others, option B, reviewing minutes of meetings, option C, reviewing legal expenses, option D, all of this. Answer is option D, all of this. Question 19. If management does not permit auditor to communicate with legal counsel or legal counsel refuses to respond, then auditor shall option A, express unmodified opinion, option B, modify his opinion, option C, provide other matter paragraph, option D, all of this. Answer is option B, modify his opinion. Question 20. With respect to segment information, auditor shall obtain evidence regarding dash of segment information as per dash. Option A, presentation and essay. Option B, disclosure and essay. Option C, presentation and FRF. Option D, presentation or disclosure and FRF. Answer is option D, presentation or disclosure and FRF. Question 21. The responsibility of property determining the quantity and value of the inventory rests with the responsibility of property determining the quantity and value of inventory rests with option A, management, option B, auditor, option C, management and auditor both, option D, none of this. Answer is option A, management. Question 22. Statement 1. Management representation cannot be treated as substitute for other auditor. Statement 2. Management representation can only be regarded as additional evidence. Option A, only statement 1 is true. Option B, only statement 2 is true. Option C, both the statements are true. Option D, none of the statement is true. Answer is option C, both of the statements are true. Question 23. Auditor obtain a written representation with respect to stock lying with transporter. It can be regarded option A as sufficient evidence, option B as just an additional evidence, option C having no significance at all, option D none of this. Answer is option B as just an additional evidence. Question 24. Analytical procedures include comparison with option A, comparable information for prior period, option B, anticipated results, option C, similar industry information, option D, all of this. Answer is option D, all of this. Question 25. Analytical procedures mean evaluating of financial information through analysis of risk relationship among option A, financial data, option B, non-financial data, option C, financial data and non-financial data both, option D, only operational data. Answer is option C, financial data and non-operational data both. Question 26. Analytical procedures as for SA 520 are performed on following stages. Answer A, option A, obtaining evidence when performing substantive analytical procedures. Option B, near end of the audit. Option C, substantive analytical procedures and near end of the audit both. Option D, SA 520 doesn't relate to analytical procedure. Answer is option C, substantive analytical procedures and near end of the audit both. Question 27. Substantive analytical procedures are generally adopted for following. Option A, predictable items. Option B, gross profit ratios. Option C, items wherein there is a particular trend over a period of time. Option D, all of this. Answer is option D, all of this. Question 28. Audit materiality is to be considered for. Audit materiality is to be considered from. Option A, quantitative angle. Option B, qualitative angle. Option C, both A and B. Option D, none of this. Answer is option C, both A and B. Question 29. Statement 1. Reliability of data to be compared depends upon control over preparation of information. Statement 2. The development of expectations as per SA 520 needs not to be precise. Option A, only statement 1 is true. Option B, only statement 2 is true. Option C, both the statements are true. Option D, none of the statements are true. Answer is option A, only statement 1 is true. Question 30. Materiality depends upon. Option A, size of item. Option B, nature of item. Option C, statutory provision. Option D, all of the above. Answer is option D, all of the above. Question 31. Relationship between degree of audit risk and materiality level is. Option A, direct. Option B, inverse. Option C, it can be both depending upon the circumstances. Option D, there is no relationship at all. Answer is option B, inverse. Question 32. As per SA 32 320, materiality is to be applied. Option A, in planning the audit. Option B, in planning an audit. Question 32. As per SA 320, materiality is to be applied. Option A, in planning the audit. Option B, in performing an audit. Option C, in planning and performing an audit. Option D, in planning, performing and conducting an audit. Answer is option C, in planning and performing an audit. Question 33. State which of the following sequence is correct as per SA 320. Option A, selection of benchmark, application of percentage, determination of material. Option B, determination of material, application of percentage, selection of benchmark. Option C, selection of benchmark, determination of materiality, application of percentage. Option D, application of percentage, selection of benchmark, determination of materiality. Answer is option A, selection of benchmark, application of percentage, determination of materiality. Question 34. Factors that may affect identification of appropriate benchmark includes. Option A, elements of financial statements. Option B, nature of entity. Option C, entity ownership structure. Option D, all of this. Answer is option D, all of this. Question 35. Performing materiality means the amount set by the auditor at dash materiality as per SA 320. Option A, more than. Option B, less than. Option C, equal to. Option D, he need not set such a level. Answer is option B, less than. Question 36. Statement 1. Auditor shall revise materiality during the process of his audit depending upon the progress. Statement 2. Performance materiality is always higher than in the materiality level. Option A, only statement 1 is true. Option B, only statement 2 is true. Option C, both the statements are true. Option D, none of the statement is true. Answer is option B, only statement 2 is true. Question 37. SA 580 relates to option A, external confirmation. Option B, auditor materiality. Option C, opening balances. Option D, written representation. Answer is option D, written representation. Question 38. Written representations are obtained from option A, those charged with governance. Option B, management. Option C, those charged with governance and management. Option D, third party. Answer is option C, those charged with governance and management. Question 39. If auditor concludes that there is a sufficient doubt about the integrity of management such that written representation are not reliable or management does not provide the necessary written representation, he shall option A, express unmodified opinion. Option B, disclaim an opinion. Option C, express adverse opinion. Option D, provide a disclosure in an audit opinion. Answer is option B, disclaim an opinion. Question 40. Statement 1. Written representation do not include financial statements and supporting records, etc. Statement 2. Written represent should be addressed to management and those charged with governance. Answer A. Option A, only statement 1 is true. Option B, only statement 2 is true. Option C, both the statements are true. Option D, none of the statement is true. Answer is option A, only statement 1 is true. Question 41. SA 505 states that external confirmation process should be under the control of option A, TCWG. Option B, management. Option C, auditor. Option D, all of this. Answer is option C, auditor. Question 42. External confirmation shall be in option A, paper form. Option B, electronic form. Option C, other form. Option D, all of these. Answer is option D, all of these. Question 43. If management refuses to allow the auditors to send the confirmation request, the auditor shall option A, withdraw the engagement. Option B, inquire the management's reasons for refusal and assess their validity and decide appropriately. Option C, accept the management request. Option D, not listen to the such request at all. Answer is option B, inquire the management's reason for refusal and assess their validity and decide appropriately. Question 44. Reliability of response of third party depends upon option A, objectivity of confirmation party, option B, knowledge about the partner matter, option C, willingness of the third party, option D, all of this. Answer is option D, all of this. Question 45. Positive confirmation request required the third party to reply the auditor. Option A. In the case of agreement with given information. In the case of disagreement with given information. Option C. Both A and B. Option D. None of these. Answer is option C. Both A and B. Question 46. Negative confirmation request required the third party to respond if there is agreement. Option A, there is agreement. Option B, there is disagreement. Option C, both A and B. Option D, none of this. Answer is B, there is disagreement. Question 47. Auditor should consider dash evidence. Option A, sufficiency. Option B, appropriateness. Option C, consistency. Option D, all of this. Answer is option D, all of this. Question 48. Statement 1. Responses to confirmation requests should be obtained directly by the auditor. Statement 2. Negative confirmation requests are considered to be more persuasive than a positive confirmation request. Option A, only statement 1 is true. Option B, only statement 2 is true. Option C, both the statement is true. Option D, none of the statement is true. Answer is option A, only statement 1 is true. Question 49. Dash should clearly plan and control external confirmation. Option A, auditor. Option B, management. Option C, TCWG. Option D, all of these. Consultation with one another. Answer is option A, auditor.